what can I say? 1,000 subscribers. What? We made it. The year ends. Bam. Guys, seriously, thank you so much. I can't tell you enough. Behind this facade of just like, yes, I'm totally confident, I'm really shocked. Believe me, that you have subscribed and stayed with me and been with me, follow me on Instagram or whatever, however you found me, whether it's my Critical Role songs or whatever. To be able to do this, to be able to do this the way I have been, and creating music for people. I've written, I think it was like 63 songs since I started the channel, and it's so changed since I started. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And I know some people are like, dude, why are you celebrating 1,000 subscribers? Well, when you start where I did and in a community the way I have, it's not about the growth. And I've mentioned it a lot recently because I've been trying to hit a goal that I didn't think was possible, but I started getting closer to it. And I felt like if I don't do this, if I don't actually push the initiative towards getting this, I didn't know what was going to happen. And like, reaching goals is hard for me because I'm not saying everything doesn't work out to my benefit, because I have a lot to be grateful for in my life. I mean, some of you have been on my Instagram and seen my kids and my wife and my friends, and we all, have a great time. But deep down, to keep this real short, and my arm is tired. Ugh, I've been working all day. Deep down, it's so much more than just a number to me, because it's not a lot of subscribers in the world of YouTube, but that's not what it's about to me. It's about making connections and creating an environment and a community. And I've said that a lot. A community that's about kind of like a change, and, D&D has been picking up over the last few years, more so because of the attention it's getting from celebrities, from people going on talk shows talking about it, Critical Role, people that make it really, really big. Credit to them. And so when someone says that they have a big YouTube channel, and I'm going to pat myself on the back here because I've worked really hard. Some of you know, I've worked really, really hard, but I'm patting myself on the back about this. D&D isn't really searched as much as, say, a game I really don't like, and I'm going to push a lot of people out, but I don't like Fortnite. I can't get into it. But say, for instance, I did nothing but Fortnite. I was a Fortnite channel. I would probably be decent at the game, okay? I would probably be fairly charismatic, and people would be like, oh, he's pretty good. I'm going to watch him mess up. And I would probably be in the 10,000-ish if I'd worked as hard. I'm just going to throw this out there. I'd probably have a lot more subscribers. And you know why? Because it's searched. D&D is not highly searched. So the fact that I have 1,000 subscribers is a big deal to me on so many levels, because it's not just 1,000 people. It's the equivalent of so much more when you think about what is searched out there versus what is not. And so, yeah, I'm patting myself on the back, and it's shameless, but I've never really done that. And so seeing that is a rare thing, and you probably won't see it for a long time. But I'm proud of what I've done in this year, that I've been able to write so many songs to not just for me. And I want that to be clear. I wrote these songs for people, because when you make something, a world, a person, or something like that, it becomes real. And to a certain extent, role-playing, LARPing, RPG, all that stuff, it seems silly at first from the outside, but tell me that you have not felt something when you're either watching D&D, playing D&D, or just hearing about someone's story, or why do we feel the urge to share? It all began when I wrote the song. I remember where I was working real estate at the time. I was in an empty house, and I was just bored out of my mind. And I just had this tune in my head I couldn't get out. And I like to write music, but I'd never written anything fantasy, really. I had sung some songs, but and I'm sorry, if you want to click off this, go ahead and do so. But I'm going to kind of share where this all started. Never really have, so stick around if you want to. But I wrote a song for Revenant because I was going to put one in my campaign, and I was like, that's such a cool character. I'm sorry I'm like shaking a little bit. I'm like, I get nervous. I don't like being in front of the camera too much. But so I started writing this song in just kind of in my head, and then I was like, I love D&D. I'm just going to see if people want that. So I put it on the channel, and suddenly I had like 100 to 200 views, and I was like, whoa, because I did some other videos in the past, and you'll never see those. And they were like me talking to myself, and then I ended up putting them all private. Never going to see the light of day again. But it changed for me because I thought I wanted one thing, and I wanted to write a certain type of music. But what happened was people said, this is really cool. Why don't you, someone called me Bard from it, and that's kind of how it got born. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool nickname. I love Bard from The Hobbit. I always have since I was a kid, but also what it is in D&D. And so I was like, oh gosh, well, that sounds fun. And so I put it out on Reddit, and that's a scary place, I'll tell you that. As a creator, putting something out on Reddit, it can be, for someone who has anxiety, let me rephrase that, someone who has anxiety and self-doubt as much as I have, I was like, ooh, I don't think I can have that kind of rejection. It's hard, and any artist will attest to that. When you start out something that you're passionate about, and if people put it down even a little bit, it's like, gah, it hurts. So I was scared. I was really scared to do this. So I sat down and I wrote the song. I put it out there and put it on Reddit, and I got like 50 subscribers in like a few days, which, granted, who's looking for a 50 subscriber person? I mean, really, YouTube only puts out the top people and your searches. And so the fact that 50 people listened, watched, and subscribed was massive. And the channel started to grow because I started to put out there, I said, hey, you know what? This was fun writing it for a monster, but characters are so, like I said before, like I was starting here and I go off on tangents. But I started to think about it. I was like, characters are so important because my first character, his name was Cyrus. He was a bard, and I loved his backstory. But I'm like, I never figured I could do something with it, and I just started writing songs for people. I just said, hey, anyone wants a song for their character? I'm going to try something out. And I got, I think, hundreds of people, and sorry, I got a notification, it's bugging. I got hundreds of people, hundreds. I'm not joking. And I didn't do them all because some of them were just so like, I couldn't wrap my mind about it. And here's how my process goes. Also, click off if you're bored. I mean, I'm probably the only YouTuber that's going to tell you that. I don't care. But I'm just telling those that really, really want to know. I started to click on different people's comments, and I just would like, what? I can't do that. But then some of them, and this may sound corny, I don't really, whatever. Believe me or not, this is how it works for me. I was reading the story, and I could hear a song. Not like hear it, but like it just sounded like an emotion. And to me, and some musicians may say this, some people are more logic brained than me, but me, it's super lofty and sounds crazy. But when I play the music, when I read your stories, and some of them I totally am just like, I got this. I will do it in one take, and I won't even write your music. So when something comes up, some people start asking, please give us the chords and the song for this. And I'm like, I just played my guitar and sang what I thought. Most of my songs are that way. Now, some of them don't turn out perfect on the first shot. I'm not saying I can just conjure up music. I can't. But when I feel it, I can. So I started to go for people's songs that resonated to me, either on a silly level, more songs than not, and you'll notice a pattern. Most of my music's kind of morose, kind of sad sounding, because that kind of reflects my inner person. I'm not saying I'm depressed, but I definitely have been. But I know the feeling of sadness, and its accompanied music feels so right. When you're sad, you can listen to a song. So when someone's character died, they started coming to me, and I started writing these songs, and it became so real to them. Some people messaged me back and said, you know what? I cried listening to your song, chills. I get all these things, and it's not because I'm some great artist, which I am totally not saying that at all. What I'm saying is I'm authentic when it comes to music because I will never add auto-tune. I will never, ever, ever change my voice unless it's something along the lines of trying to sound like a different creature, which I've never done, which I've thought about. But long story short, and I'm sure I've forgotten so many things, it all came tumbling together, and I started doing the live show with D&D, and people, watch it off and on, and I still get comments on it, and it's fun. But it has always been about the music for me, and the fact that any of you have stuck with me this long in the video, thank you. You are my people. You understand me, or at least care about what I think or what I do. And the 1,000 subscriber limit is just the beginning for so many reasons, because I'm not giving up. I'm still going. I do art on Instagram, so if you're not following me there, go on and do that, because that's where I primarily live. It's hard to post on YouTube as much as I have because I started a new job. You would know that if you followed Instagram, because I try to make things pretty public, at least in my story. Anyway, that is it for today. I have to go. I have a dinner to go to, and the sun has set, so it is time for me to leave. I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, and I'm not just saying this to get emotional, I truly believe music is what feelings sound like. And if you have anything that you want to talk to me about ever, or you want to, even if it has nothing to do with D&D, I'm open to it. I made this as a community, and I promise I will always try to keep it that way. I'm just a little teeny minnow in the world of D&D, even smaller in the ocean of the internet. But the fact that you are here, you found me, and are listening to me right now talk to you wherever you're at, I really appreciate it, and I love you. I do. You've been, and that may scare people, but I love you guys. You have done so much for me. Patrons paying me money, actual money, to write songs and keep doing what I'm doing. It's support I've never thought I would get. So thank you so much, and I will see you all soon. I have a video coming up soon, and it's been a long time coming, but it's been nuts. So D&D related, and then more music, of course. Anyway, may your roles always be natural ones, just not natural ones, like the name of our channel. Have a fantastic evening, holiday, New Year, whatever. I will see you soon.